All right, Cash Crew, we back for another week's episode here with the Sports Cash Crew.
You already know what it is. Your boy Ken's back in the building, and you know how we got to start this thing off. How you doing, Vlad?
I'm good. We got a jam-packed
Yo. Why y'all niggas never worry about the rest of us?
Oh, listen. Oh, you right. Hold it down. Hold it down.
CEO,
Dubs in the city.
bro.
Yo, I apologize. Let's run it down.
No. I want Vlad to ask us how we feeling.
I like
man.
how you doing.
This shit ain't right, bro. Like,
Yo, because I asked him. He got to ask somebody.
We got families, bro. We go to work. Nigga, like, they don't care about us, bro.
Mr. ESPN always about himself.
Right.
That's not true. Because I said we here with the Sports Cash Crew. So, as you can see, we're here with all four of us. Jig, Kens, and Dub. We got a jam-packed episode once again. We're going to be talking about, NBA offseason, which is always a drama show every year.
The moves.
But before we get started, we got to touch base on some headlines. Let's start with the Olympics. Team USA had a shaky start, but they knew their assignment, and they got the job done, winning gold once again. This is their fourth time in a row. But most importantly, the females done it for 5 times in a row?
No, 7.
It's
7.
It's 7?
7.
Yeah, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird won 5.
Oh, they won 5. Okay, I'm sorry. My fault.
Them ladies ain't playing. Oh,
So-
they playing, but they ain't playing.
Shout out to the women's team being dominant again and winning gold also. Always a good look to make to represent our country. But on the other side, we have Hall of Fame weekend for the NFL. We have some big names that got inducted to the Hall, but I think it's more importantly that we let the football head of the crew take to explain that part of the portion. So, Doug, go ahead, take over.
Man, something light, man. But, we headlined the Hall of Fame weekend. We had the sheriff known as Peyton Manning. We had the Heisman winning defensive player of the year, Charles Woodson. We had the Megatron, in my opinion, the most lethal receiver to ever play this game.
Respect.
We had Troy Polamalu. We knew he was a problem. We had who was Edrin James representing from the U. We had a couple coaches and Jimmy Johnson and Bill Cowher. We had some real old heads and Drew Pearson and some other old heads. But yeah, man. So shout out to those guys getting the gold jacket, man. That's gotta be an amazing feeling for them, their families, and all of that kind of stuff, man. So yeah.
So, we definitely gonna touch base on some football talks in a couple of weeks since NFL is about to get started soon. But definitely want to dive into this. What we gonna call it? I want to say a massacre because it's not a massacre, but this NBA flurry.
The flurry of transactions that have transpired.
When
I
your
like
phone
that.
just kept dinging.
Ding, ding. I had to put my Twitter on silent because Shams and Woj was not trying to let a brother sleep.
Woj bomb.
God, shut up! It's 2 a.m. I work at 7:30.
I'm at work too, and my phone just won't stop lighting up, man. I'm like, yikes, but
So,
NBA going crazy.
For you guys, each and every one of y'all, what do y'all think was the biggest move of free agency?
I mean, I think it's clear as day. Obviously, Westbrook going to the Lakers. I mean, that was.
It's a sizable move.
Yeah,
Sizable.
that was the biggest.
There's
one.
some brevity there.
I agree, only because that seems to be the one that actually has championship pedigree around it. You know, all these other moves were like, oh yeah, they got better, or oh yeah, good pickup. But
Yeah, they got more competitive, but nothing like, not a drastic change.
So we don't think that Patty Mills to the Nets.
Shut up.
I think the Nets was already gonna make. I mean, my pick for the East would be Brooklyn anyway. But Patty Mills is a good pickup. I like that.
It was a strong move, but
It's
it
a
was.
strong move.
It had nothing like the feel of everything that the Lakers did.
I mean,
highlighted by Westbrook.
The difference between Brooklyn and LA is that Russell is Russell Westbrook versus Patty Mills. So I think that's why that one holds so much more weight.
Are you guys ready for the narrative that the NBA is going to create for this next season?
Oh man, it's gonna be beautiful.
Can you imagine the Nets versus the Lakers?
I told you that.
In the
75th
finals?
anniversary of the NBA.
The two largest markets, LeBron seeing Kyrie, KD,
Whew.
and Harden seeing Westbrook.
It's like
They,
seeing your
they said
ex.
they said LeBron and KD with the bitter point guards.
Right.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
That is true.
It's gonna be a story. It's probably gonna be one of the greatest stories of all time, and I hope neither one of them teams make it.
But his,
I was just gonna say that the most tragic thing would be if none of them make it.
and you know what? I would be hurt, bro. Because, legit, I was thinking about this, man. I'm like, this past season was like injury galore. I just wish of course it probably won't happen, but I just want everybody
to stay healthy.
to stay
Yes.
healthy. I just want to see the
Yes.
best of the best. Like
Yeah.
right now, it seems like the only relevant player that's probably not gonna play next year is Kawhi, right?
Right.
So let's just go ahead and kick the Clippers out the situation. But I just want everybody just stay healthy. I want to see what it really looks like. I don't want these teams that make noise. I want the real teams that's supposed to be there, man.
I agree.
I want that to happen, and I still want the Lakers and the Nets to lose in the second round.
Nah. Nah. I mean, on
Jamal
both-
Murray's not coming back either.
No, he's coming
Not
back.
yet?
He's coming back.
It won't be.
He won't. He
Hitting.
won't. He won't be back probably until like after Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's coming back.
Oh, so I returned back to thinking that they're going to be the second best team in the West.
But I think with this year, there's a lot of people that have a lot of stuff to prove. Westbrook has something to prove. Can he finally win the chip and play alongside LeBron? Obviously, LeBron has something to prove. Can he win a fifth championship at the age of 37? Melo has something to prove. Can he win the chip being I guess you could say role player now, also at 37? KD has something to prove. Can he top LeBron in the finals without Steph and Clay?
And Draymond, don't be disrespectful.
And Draymond. And then obviously Harden has something to prove because he never won a championship, and Kyrie has something to prove. Can he win a championship without LeBron? There's a narrative all over across that board.
Yeah.
I feel like don't they have something to prove every year?
Yeah,
Right.
but certain years, I mean, because we all know, ever since Kyrie left, he's always been trying.
chasing.
Yeah, he's been chasing to prove something to LeBron. We know that, and we all know since Kevin Durant left
so
Golden
sad.
State, his big motive was, can I win a championship
Without
the Splash Bros in Golden State? So, and can I, with me obviously being the man too. So, yeah, every year you got something to prove, but this year especially, it's an even field. Everybody's healthy. Everybody got their squad, so now it's all right. Best man win.
In the words of Max Kellerman, everybody's clicked up.
And the sleeper narrative is
He's got better.
Can Golden State do it to LeBron again?
That's a good one too. Golden State has a squad to, in my opinion, to be in the Western Conference Finals this year.
Yep. Can they stop LeBron from achieving his goal?
Steph Curry like the most dangerous player in this game, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Really?
it's between him and KD.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I mean,
KD.
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I guess like KD just looked like he's supposed to be lethal, right? But
Yeah.
like Curry just be.
No, Curry is definitely a problem.
Curry's the missile.
Curry look like he might sell
He's
you
the
lemonade
missile,
on
yeah.
Sunday and then drop 70 on your forehead in the park afterwards.
That same night, bro.
Yes. He might invite you to church.
he'll play with you.
It's interesting to see, like, so I mean, since we on Golden State, like, what do we think Klay Thompson is going to come back like to?
Klay Thompson.
Do y'all think this team can make it back to that Western Conference Finals at least? You know,
I think-
like,
As long as they're healthy.
The way
and they got Iggy back by the way.
I think they'll be very competitive. I think they'll be a top 4 seed. I don't know how the playoffs work out because you never know
Right.
who the matchups are going to be and where people fall and the health when that time comes. But I could see them being a top 4 seed for majority of at least 2/3 of the end of the regular season. I think it's going to take Klay maybe 3 weeks to get some good basketball rhythm, and then the sky's the limit for them. They lost a couple pieces. They got Iggy back. Klay will be back. Draymond looked like he could score a little bit in the Olympics. Maybe that'll translate to the NBA.
Don't be silly.
I'm hoping, and then I would like to think that Wiggins is somewhere practicing.
Not gonna happen.
Damn, he not gonna practice.
He not even practice. Practice?
Did he-
We talking
did-
about
he
practice.
should've-
Did he
Ben
even play
Simmons.
for Team Canada this year? No.
Yeah,
did?
yes, I think he did.
Okay.
think he did.
That's
What-
how much
that's
noise
his
he
practice.
didn't make.
Oh, that's bad. They should be good enough to make it to the second round, and we'll see what happens. Because they'll be a top 4 team in the West. That's
I got them past the second round, my G.
I said at least.
No, I said that. For me, at least is Western Conference Finals.
Oh man, you asking for a lot, man. Clay ain't played in 2 years.
That don't matter.
But a shooter's a shooter, bro. I mean, as
Yeah,
long
I
as that
think
wist is snapping,
that's it. All he
that's
needs
it.
to do is
They-
levitate.
again,
Clay don't score dribbling the ball much.
They don't need him to just be a shooter though. They need his defense
I agree.
desperately.
I agree.
Need his defense.
I agree,
because they
but-
have been caca.
Yeah.
But they mostly need his defense later on this season. So as the season
Yeah,
go along,
he's probably their best on-ball defender.
that's for sure. He's number one. But
Right.
in the beginning of the year, we all know the first 2-3 months of the season, the contenders don't really play. Clay will get his legs under him. He'll get up to game speed. By the time April come around, he'll be ready. He'll be ready.
He'll have one or two 60-point games.
He'll
this
be
year
ready.
I'm gonna need to see 3 on.
on 3 dribbles.
Let's stay on the West a little bit, and I'm guessing most people choosing the Lakers to win the West. Do y'all think these old bones
Man, there's a lot of old bones over there.
are gonna?
Man,
The funny thing is, the one that I know is gonna get hurt is the youngest of them all,
what AD?
AD.
That boy brittle. He
And
better become a vegan.
bro, he got to do something.
He gotta do something.
You know,
His diet, his workout.
I
plan,
don't think-
know
I don't
what
think
it
so.
is, man.
I don't think so.
Or he just got bad luck.
I don't think AD gonna be. He might have a little nick here this year, but I don't think Andrew.
I mean, if there's ever a year you can load manage him,
Oh yeah, this should be the year. They got a lot of pieces.
can you imagine load managing a 28-year-old kid, bro?
Kawhi did it.
He shouldn't. It's whack.
I mean, didn't Kawhi do it after the injuries?
Kawhi did it in Toronto. He was 28.
What? After the injury,
Was he hurt in
he
Toronto?
got hurt.
Yeah,
he got
he-
hurt with the Spurs.
With the Spurs, that's the
Right.
whole thing.
Oh,
That's,
yeah,
the
that's true,
that's
that's
where it all
true,
came
that's
from.
true.
It didn't,
That's what- yeah.
He wasn't healthy from the Spurs and went to Toronto, started low
Yeah,
managing.
yeah,
He was banged up and he kept on getting that pain coming back. And Tony and Mano was bullying him. I had worse injuries.
I think,
But yeah.
I think LA has on their side for real is experience and knowledge, and I think the old heads gonna play some old head basketball with these young cats, and that's what's gonna really take them.
They're huge.
They do got size.
They got a lot of size, man.
They gonna punish these young cats, man. These dudes not used to physical basketball. I think it's gonna get real physical with the Lakers.
Still uncertain about the Trevor Ariza pickup. Like I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh,
Why
I
not?
like that.
I like
Trevor
it.
Ariza, he's a smart. He's just a defensive person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
don't.
he
He's,
hits that
annoy the next
23.
person.
He
Yeah.
doesn't-
He's a 3.
he's
and D.
literally there to do what other people don't want to do.
Play
Like
defense.
like he's just gonna be. He's like an older PJ Tucker or something. Just play
Yeah,
defense and
yeah.
spot up.
That's
you know,
it.
like we're not asking you to do anything serious.
So right now they're sitting on Westbrook, Wayne Ellington, LeBron James, AD. They still have Marc Gasol, THT, Trevor Ariza, Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Kendrick Nunn,
Malik
Kent
Monk.
Bazemore, Malik Monk, which is a pickup that I really liked.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the depth chart on ESPN right now. They got him as the 4th shooting guard, and I'm like, man, I like him over THT and Wayne Ellington.
I can't say I like him over THT only because THT has 2 years of playing with Braun and that core, so he's already used to him. Malik Monk had a little hiccup last year, so Malik Monk haven't really been playing like superb basketball in a little minute, and he never played with that core, so I can see why they put THT before him.
You just have to find his way through. Bro.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Wayne Ellington?
Now Wayne Ellington was the guy I was most happy that the Lakers got because his 3 ball
It's
is
money.
lethal.
It's like that.
Yeah.
No, it's lethal.
It's money. It's money.
So.
he is one of those guys.
So that was, I think LeBron. That was definitely a LeBron call. He was like, "Yo, go get him out of Detroit. Get
They
him
need
out of
some
Detroit."
shooters.
real
Oh yeah, he
fast."
was in Detroit.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
Lord.
Yo, y'all ever tried to count up the All Stars?
It's 40 something
Between
now.
Marc Gasol, Dwight Howard, Melo, Russ, LeBron, AD, like you know how many All Star games?
It gotta be
It's not
40
nice.
something.
That's a whole heap. But it's slick. That was what it was looking like with Dallas in 2011. They had a lot of 1-2 time All Star guys and a handful of 4, 5, 8 All Star guys.
And then Dirk came in with like 13.
He was the man.
But speaking of Dallas, I'm surprised they didn't make no
They
big
didn't make
noise.
Yeah, they re-signed.
They didn't even draft this year.
Super surprised that they re-signed
Tim Hardaway.
super surprised. Like, wow.
I'm not too surprised because they're going to lose him to Miami. So,
Yeah.
Yo,
he plays good.
They disrespect the Don, bro. You gotta do something for the Don. The Don, man.
They just gave him $220 million.
yeah, but you didn't draft nobody in the draft.
They didn't have no draft. They didn't Chris Stopps.
Yo, if
Chris Stopps.
if your second best player is Tim Hardaway Jr.
They second best player is Porzingis, man. Stop
No, it's not.
No, it's
Tim
not,
Hardaway
bro.
Jr., bro.
Porzingis is just a body, bro.
Man,
Just
they
like
just don't play him. They don't play him the right way.
whatever it
His time
is,
is
it
coming.
ain't working. Whatever it is, Tim Hardaway shows up more than Porzingis does.
That's a fact.
And if he's your next best player, you in trouble. Because Luka is an MVP type player, and he's playing with these guys. Like, it's
Luka is a legend.
already,
making,
bro.
Just
Yeah.
think.
Like, he literally make people forget Dirk used to play for this team.
Right.
Like,
He
so
quickly became the face of that organization.
I mean, he's gonna. I think one day his fuse is gonna blow. Like,
One
they
day.
keep
I think
disrespecting.
that day
It's
is
happening.
coming.
Look, it's already. I
I
think
think
it's
it's
already
coming.
blown. We've read a few articles where
Yeah,
he
he is.
showed that he wasn't happy with them.
Because Luka's not dumb. You look at the landscape of the West, bro. You got Utah, Phoenix, Denver,
Those young
Clippers,
teams.
Portland, Lakers, Memphis on the rise, Golden State, bruh. Nigga, you're not going to see the deep end of the playoffs for a while.
Yeah.
You-
For a while. So it's like unless he's calling Jason Tatum on the phone tomorrow
Right.
to come to Dallas.
That would be nasty.
Dallas is gonna be one of those teams. You're gonna have a MVP caliber player, but they're gonna be
That's
first
it.
round out every year, until they make a big splash and either
That
blow up the
sucks.
team or
Because one day they're gonna say, "Man, Luka was a great player, but he could never get past."
you're gonna have a Dirk career and he's gonna win his championship in year 12, 13.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
I
good.
mean-
It's because the
okay with
landscape of the league is too deep
I'm
right
okay
now.
with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I always feel like, bro, if you sign that super extension, it's
You
what you're
gotta
asking
fulfill
for.
it.
It's what you're asking for.
No, I can't say that.
You know, listen, let's look at a guy like, because we ain't never going to bring him up in a real conversation. De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento. He just got him that super 5-year,
This nigga said it
176.
Right.
And they haven't sniffed the playoff. He ain't got an all-star.
He knows
My
what-
Negs ain't did nothing in his career.
He just got the check. He good with what he doing.
Right? Like,
But that's
I wish he would wake up tomorrow and be like, I need help.
but that's
You need a pay cut, my boy.
no. I
Because you
can't.
clearly can't do it by yourself.
I can't say that because guys like that, you gotta understand. These guys are 21, 22 years old.
I think
They're putting an extension on a rookie contract. Most rookies don't after their rookie contract are not bouncing. Most of them not unless they got.
I get
traded.
you. I get you there.
Another thing too is okay.
It's in their mind.
If I'm De'Aaron Fox, right, and I'm looking at the landscape of the league right now,
exactly
how many teams can I really go to? Just think about it.
the one that he's on.
A lot of teams have their elite point guard already that's contending.
All I'm saying is you don't necessarily have to sign the greedy contract because you can sign a 2-year deal and get the free agency and make a decision with
But
your
then,
future.
but organization's not dumb to offer you a 2-year deal. For
you
a
have
rookie
that's
extension.
that's why you have an agent. You figure it out. You work it
No.
out.
They're not giving him a 2-year
They're not going-
with an option.
I'm not asking. I'm not even asking for the option though. I'm saying you can work yourself a shorter deal.
but it's not going to be that kind of money.
No.
So you're going to leave a lot of money on the table to take a shorter deal, and you're not that kind of player.
Yeah.
No, you take the max. In his situation, he got to take the max.
And
I'm
you
not
guys
mad at him
said-
taking the max.
I
I'm
know,
saying
yeah.
you can't take the max
and not be.
and complain.
Oh, he's
that-
not going to complain because, as Vlad was saying, he sees the landscape. He's not going to see the playoffs or the
gonna
finals
see
in
nothing.
5 to 6 years.
He not gonna see
By that
nothing.
time, his contract going to be up, almost up.
And he's still gonna be in his 20s.
He's going to be 26, 27, and then he's going to read back up.
And here's another
for
thing.
400
Here's
million
another
by that
thing, too.
time.
So why we not saying the same thing about Luka?
Who else has a big contract on Sacramento outside of him? Buddy Hield's on his way out. So
What's the name? Doesn't he have a big contract?
who?
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, but
That's almost done, ain't it?
That's almost done.
He got like 2
Harrison
years
Barnes
left, I
been
think.
there since Golden State lost to Cleveland in 2016. So
Oh yeah, he started on his last year.
Yeah, that contract about to be done. So and here's the thing people fail
Oh,
to
they're gonna make a
realize:
splash next year.
every organization has to spend 90% of the cap. Bro.
Yeah.
You got to. So you got to give it to somebody. If I'm De'Aaron Fox, I'm 21, 22 years old. These dudes offer me 195 for 5 years. I'm taking it. I'm the face of the league. I'm the face of the organization, and I get the bag. And really, he doesn't tie up the money because the way that contract is structured is there's still money to spend on other players.
Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is the integrity of what you're doing, because we're saying Luka's gonna start saying something, but he knows he's taking the bulk of the money. He's signing a 5-year extension. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you sign that extension, bro, I don't want to hear nothing until year 5. Yeah. I don't care what's going on. I don't want to hear nothing till year 5. Year 3, hey, you know what's going on.
Luka's in a different situation though. Luka's an MVP caliber player already. Right. Luka's made the playoffs already. Luka is an all-star. He can start demanding these things. De'Aaron Fox, like you said, has not made all NBA. Has not made all-star. He's not an MVP type of caliber player. So I can't blame Luka.
Entitled ass little bastards.
Nah, he has the right. He's different. Him and De'Aaron Fox definitely not on the same level.
Let me ask you a question. Is Luka a top 10 player in the league right now?
Possibly, but I can't think of every player in the league right now to give you that answer correctly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay, let's make it even easier. Is he at least a top 20?
I'll give you 20.
Okay, so if he's a top 20 player, do you not think he has a right to at least say, yo, elevate me?
The integrity of the contract, to me, says no. I think
you take that up with Mark Cuban, though. He didn't come to them and say, hey, guys, pay me. Dallas offered that.
I think the point Kansas is trying to make is that whether it's basketball or any other thing, you sign your name. Right?
You understand the situation.
Exactly. It's not like you. We're talking about Dallas right now, right? Yeah. And we can see Dallas isn't doing much.
Yeah.
To surround him with anything, and he's signing this huge contract, knowing that I'm stuck with Porzingis because he got a fat contract. It's not like they can go give somebody else $30 million.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You know your situation right now. So to start complaining in year 3, I'm gonna be looking like, yo, what are we doing here, bro? You knew what was about to happen. You chose this. You chose your destiny right now. You feel me? Right. That's all I'm saying.
You saw money.
You saw money. You got greedy and you took it. And I'm not mad. Get paid. Yeah. But understand, getting paid is gonna get your ass at the crib
for more years.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Well, this is what we can say. There's a lot of people that sign big contracts in a year or two, things change. And we always thought their contract would never be moved. Westbrook has been on 3 different teams in the past 3 years. He has a big contract. Harden, Chris Paul.
Yeah, but you can't. I guess the point is you can't count on that.
Well, you can't. The NBA changes every year.
No. I get the change. I mean, hey, you're right. Luka might get traded to the Magic right now. Who knows? But like,
Lord of mercy.
I don't know why Magic.
You know why it came up. That's where everybody go to die.
It is the weekend,
die, right?
Anyway. Nah, but like things happen anytime, so you're right on that. But I guess the point is that you sign your name on those dotted lines, and you said, "Hey, I'm making this for this many years," and knowing you gonna be taking L's. And I think every player knows.
Yeah. You know,
absolutely,
you taking L's, bro. Like you can't tell. I mean, that's why I don't. I mean, I'm with Ken's. I don't like taking these cats serious. Like the moment I start hearing Dame trade talks or something like that, like you signed to lose, bro. Like, don't tell me like. You frustrated with the place or anything like that, you know what? And you know we get mad at players like, let's say like LeBron when he first left. We know they ain't put no roster around him. We don't like what he ends up doing, but it's like you end up kind of forcing his hand,
right?
You know, like because you're not like if I don't score 40 and drop 13 assists and 12 rebounds, we not even relevant,
right?
Like
no chance.
So. You know, but if you sign your name on that, John, like
especially that's why LeBron started doing those contracts only 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah, but he knows the game.
He can make his decision.
He understands
at any point. At 1 year,
and that's another thing too. As a rookie, you can't do that.
Well, I'm not saying.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
you got to find a way. I'm just saying if you're gonna sign that deal, I don't want to hear nothing.
I think cats like Luka could have, even being as young as he is. I think he could have possibly made a bigger fight if he wanted to when it comes to his contract and bringing in players or whatever like that.
Right.
Because this dude already halfway through his rookie year, we was like, oh snap, he's the franchise.
Right.
You know,
right.
So
and he just wrapped up year 3 now.
Yeah. And it's clear as day, Luka is the Don. Like this nigga's a hooper, right? So I do genuinely think that if he had a Rich Paul with him or something like that, like he could have got his money and still found a way to make them win and
have
I don't
some
know.
space,
Yeah,
have something
I
worked
think,
out.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably just mentally too young to understand. He probably could have, but like, I think he could have, genuinely.
And now he's gonna be sitting in Dallas, sliding at least for the next 2 years, sliding about that first round because they're not gonna have no high draft picks. They're not about to get no get the oil in
Middle of the pack.
And they're not gonna beat these teams. I
Yeah.
mean, if we just put
Exactly.
it, just get back on the court, they're not
They
gonna
gotta
beat these
they
teams.
gotta hope the coaching pushes them somewhere or somebody out of nowhere decides that they want to be a phenom.
Even this past year, they up on Clippers 2-0 heading back home, and still nobody was
finish.
ever comfortable that they were actually going to win. I know I wasn't. I didn't think that. I was like, man, I would like Dallas to win, but I wasn't really sold they would win. So, you know,
Damn.
So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, hopefully the landscape can change. Maybe there might be a young, unrestricted free agent in 2-3 years that said, you know what, I'm tired of playing where I play. I want to go play with Luka in Dallas. That's
Everything
That's
is
the
bigger in
hope.
Texas.
and there's no income tax.
They
So
gotta want to come to play.
they gotta
Dallas,
come
too.
want to
That's
play,
another
yeah.
thing.
Steaks and
But
cheeks.
I could see Luka in a year or two demanding, you know, hey, yo, go find me
Nah,
some
it's,
free
it's
agents.
gonna happen.
Go
It's
find
gonna
me some free agents to come.
you got to. And I think if they don't, if Mark Cuban is right, I get Mark Cuban is kind of tough.
Got Dallas.
But if he realizes what he has, he's gonna have to go do something about it, like pronto, before we gotta end up burning jerseys and stuff like that. I mean, dead ass, bro.
Because you know these fans are fanatics. They
Yeah,
are
man.
crazy.
And I mean,
Luka turned his back on us. He went to Sacramento.
well, well, but I mean, we still out west. Any other trades?
Who else
That was
made
that-
moves out west?
I mean,
man?
you got Rudy
LA
Gay-
went and did all of them.
Yeah.
So
You got-
they re-signed the whole the whole team. Is
yo, I mean, if y'all remember early in that week, they had 5 niggas on the roster, bro.
then-
By the end of the day, they had 13,
got a
bro.
full team, and they still
they still got a spot left because
got a spot left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they still got a spot left.
Dennis Schroeder on his way. Oh, they moved Dennis Schroeder.
They moved
Zubac
Schroeder.
gone. Where did they send the Morris brother?
Miami.
One is
Yeah,
Miami.
Markieff is in Miami. The other one is still at the Clippers.
Oh man, they made moves.
So I'm starting to feel like nobody else in the West really did anything
They had
relevant.
I mean, Utah did some small, getting Rudy Gay to pair with Mike Conley again, but outside that,
Oh, that's an interesting little move.
The Pelicans had a move with Memphis too.
Memphis, yeah,
I think Adams is in.
Steven
Steven
Adams.
Adams got traded to
Memphis, which I like.
How did I miss
And
that?
Valanciunas.
Valanciunas,
That happened a little bit. before the
Valanciunas went
draft.
to the Pelicans.
Which I think is a good fit for Zion.
And Eric Bledsoe is gone too, right?
Eric
Yeah.
Bledsoe went to, so he's backing up Ja, which
it means nothing. It means nothing.
Well, I think they did it because of Ja's play. I think they think Ja's going to have neck and neck injuries here and there, so to keep the offense
all
going.
they
'Cause-
did was put a veteran.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Ja did
Not
play
a
a lot of
formidable
minutes
one.
last year
He
too.
did.
He played a lot.
I mean,
of
he gonna, he still got the little downhill game that he got.
You
He
got
can pass a
to
little
switch
bit.
that up, man, because you don't want another Derrick Rose career.
I mean, no, I'm not talking about Ja. I'm talking about Bledsoe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see
you know,
what
he
you're
still got the same game that he got. So, I mean, I get it'll be kind of a change of pace when he comes in the game, and hopefully Ja doesn't have to deal with anything, man. Like, I feel like after every game I watch, some veteran is talking to Ja like, "Hey, bro, you gotta relax, man. You gotta chill, dog."
'Cause they've seen it before.
You don't need all
They've seen
that. you can just go ahead and get
You
the
gotta
He
game.
doesn't
learn.
know another speed yet. You
Yeah.
know, he doesn't know there's other ways to.
He'll learn. Just like
Yeah.
y'all remember when Dwayne Wade first came into the league?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
man
was
stayed
done.
on
Dwayne
the
Wade
floor.
He was
hit
done
that
Stayed on the
floor
floor.
Yeah.
40 times a game. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, Dwayne Wade never failed.
That
You
boy
know what the
stayed
floor
on the
hurt.
floor.
Them knees started quitting on him.
Floor hurt.
But the East made some moves.
Let's go out to
man, a
the
couple of
East.
moves.
But
man.
before we get there, let's go to commercial break. All right, Cash Crew, we are back from break.
Paying bills.
Jesus.
Now we gotta dive into the other side of the NBA conference, the Eastern side.
East side.
Jake, what you call this conference? The conference that did what?
Man, they was hitting the gym this summer, man. They was out there on the whey protein because everybody hulked up for
The whey protein.
the whey protein shakes.
Lord. The East got bulkier.
Boy, everybody
Man,
wanted
if
something.
we thought the East was problematic a little bit before,
Man,
The East is definitely best
it's
now.
tough. They that second tier looks to have grown. Let's talk about. Let's dive into my favorite free agency move in the East, Lonzo Ball.
That was your favorite?
That was my favorite move in the East.
That's his favorite. That's his
Okay.
favorite.
That's-
huh?
this is my
Go
favorite
ahead,
movie.
explain, Kenzie.
I just like the idea of all them light skinned brothers
Oh my god.
in Chicago.
I'm sorry, y'all. I thought this had something to do with basketball.
Vucevic,
Cut tape.
Lonzo,
And Zach Levine.
Zach Levine.
Pretty eyes, Levine.
Oh my gosh! And they needed you because I think we said something about Zach Levine masquerading as a point guard. He's a 2 guard,
Right.
So that he has a real floor general now who plays great defense, who's going to be able to orchestrate their offense. They look good on paper. I like that. I think they were what, the 10th seed in the East last year. I think they usurped into like the top 7.
I wish he was a little bit more of a scoring threat. But I mean, he'll get
Lonzo?
his buckets. Yeah, but like, I just kind of wish he was a little bit more of a scoring threat. I just think that makes you a tougher point guard.
He's shooting 40% from three.
to defend. No, I mean, but those are typically off of other people's plays.
But he definitely doesn't have to do that with Chicago now.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like
no.
the 4th, 5th option.
Yeah. I'm not saying he has to, but like,
They still
I
have
would
Kobe
like to.
White?
I would just like to see it. Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, for what he's coming there to do, I think, like Jake said, you got Levine, you got DeMar, you got Vucevic. We don't need no more scoring.
Right.
We just need somebody that's
Oh
running.
yeah,
No,
DeMar
and what
DeRozan
if-
too. That
And
is
what
a
if,
team.
what if no? You talking about a team? What if they find a way to re-sign Laurie?
Marketing? It's
No,
just,
Laurie Markkanen is on his way out.
Oh, definite.
Yeah, they said they got.
Like, I know he's free agent,
yeah,
but
they
I'm
got some
like,
trades
if
that's
they,
coming in
if
for
they
him.
find a way to keep
It's gonna be
him,
a signing
that would be-
trade.
That would be dope.
that would be great for them. 'Cause
That would
they,
be
I
awesome.
think they still need that size.
And that shooting.
Yeah, and that shooting.
But I think even better, Kobe and Caruso off the bench can come and spark your team at any point, man.
Forgot about Caruso. Yeah.
Caruso, man, Caruso will give you 6 points, but those will be highlights,
Yeah.
and they just spark
and
your
he-
team.
And
And
he
I-
played
he
at
plays
his
really
best.
good defense. Yeah,
And
he
dunking
dunk.
on
Yeah,
him
he
and out of nowhere.
I don't know how he do it, bro, with his hair like that. But
That's probably why his hair like that. He be slicing through the hair in such a
Yeah.
fashion. He
Yeah,
get a
but-
buzz cut.
it's, I mean, if people were waiting for Chicago basketball since Derrick Rose days,
They're back now.
It might be back. It might be
it
back.
might be back. It might be back.
But what about the Heat though?
They made a lot of big moves.
Where
that
the dogs at?
I enjoyed.
This is what I told Vlad.
Your second favorite team, Eddie, go ahead.
My second favorite team.
Because Wade, your second favorite player.
Oh,
you know,
man.
you know, we ain't even gonna get to that. anyway, you know, me and Vlad was talking the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, man, Miami, good moves and stuff." And I'm like, my only problem with Miami, they're only known for getting dogs.
Yeah.
I need some scoring. You know, like
Yeah.
I need some basketball players. Like, not to say they got bums, but I'm like, okay, I get it. They got a team that you can't bully, but and it's funny too. I'll go on Twitter and everybody. I've even seen a post that they had like Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, PJ. They had a picture of all of them, and then they had a picture of like 5 Rottweilers under them too, just to prove the point. Like, yeah,
We got
this
dogs.
Is, we got dogs, and I'm like, okay, so what part of this translates to championship basketball?
Oh, it definitely doesn't.
And I don't think any of it does. It's just. I mean, yes, if you have a team with PJ Tucker, one of the Morris twins, Jimmy Butler, you ain't bullying nobody.
They're not getting bullied by nobody.
I mean, they're not getting bullied by
They're not
nobody.
getting
My
bullied
fault.
by anybody.
And like that's never gonna happen. But I'm like, I mean, outside of Jimmy and maybe sometimes Kyle Lowry, I haven't really heard any 20-point scoring. So like,
Yeah. I mean, Bam will give him 17.
yeah. So again, sometimes.
They still got that shooter. And
But I mean, I like the Kyle thing. I mean, it is an upgrade.
Yeah.
Don't get it
Definitely
twisted.
upgrade.
It is an upgrade. I just, you know,
And there's championship pedigree there.
Yeah, I mean, yes, true. And he's annoying on defense. You know, I think he be leading the league in charges and stuff like that. That's a
Yeah,
turnover, so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
huge. So I mean, I like that. That's cool. But you know, when I think who's coming out the East, Miami. Would
Yeah,
never
they
come to
definitely.
mind.
We
That's
just,
definitely
we,
not
but
gonna
we
happen.
just, I think we see it as basketball fans. We see the upgrade
Yeah,
and how much more. Because going to see
Competitive.
Miami in the first round is going to be a problem.
yeah.
It's going to be annoying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I do agree on that. It's just like I don't know. It's like I feel like I hear a lot about Miami basketball all the time.
Well,
But
just
it's
'cause,
like
you know, they got a market.
it has nothing to do with winning. Like so,
I mean-
they're gonna win games, yeah, but they just not.
Right.
somebody you think is gonna come out the East. Maybe they could scare somebody though. I mean,
I
I'm
think,
not saying they
I
won't.
think all you got to worry about is getting to the playoffs.
And it's a
you
new
got-
they
game. It's
definitely
0-0.
in the playoffs.
It's 0-0. Yeah, and there's no reason why they shouldn't make the playoffs.
Here's why the Miami thing I think is something to look at is every year we always talk about these hype teams that have a lot of offense, and then they run into a team that can switch everything on defense. This is what Miami can do. They got a lot of guys that can switch on defense. We know who Miami's heading for. Brooklyn. That's it. There's nobody else to really head for. They're already shown if we're healthy, we can contend with.
They just got swept, didn't they?
Yeah, but they weren't healthy against Milwaukee,
Okay.
and
And they
then
didn't have no size either.
and they didn't have no size.
They still have no size.
Yeah, I was about to say.
These dudes are extremely
I'm
little.
like everybody we
Yeah.
just named. They got.
No, they
That's
have
true,
no
but
size.
they- but
got
they-
weight.
The Morris
They don't-
twin is probably the biggest one.
But they have a lot of guys
and
that
Morris
can
doesn't
switch.
Oh, okay. They can play, but
Yeah, they
nobody's
can play.
stopping.
No.
Giannis.
I mean, but shoot, there's a lot of teams
Now,
that don't have
PJ?
crazy.
My bad, bro. I got excited. I just wanted to say
Oh my god.
it's not PJ. Don't think PJ's stopping Giannis, y'all. Take
No,
that-
nobody's literally stopping Giannis, but it's just bodies that throw at him. Same way you
Yeah.
have bodies that throw at KD.
The more defensive schemes that
Exactly.
they can try to run through to get more
Um,
stops and try to alienate other people on the floor.
Jimmy Butler's workload on the defensive side is obviously going to go down, watching helps
Which is
a lot.
great for him.
That
Exactly.
is
God.
good. That is good.
That's going to help. So now Jimmy Butler can focus
Focus
a little
on
bit,
offense.
a little bit more offense. Kyle Lowry can get you 15. Jimmy Butler we know can get you in the 20s.
Oladipo could get you 15, maybe.
If he's
He got-
healthy.
he got
If he's
Oladipo.
healthy.
If he's
Oh,
healthy.
yeah.
Yeah, I expect that.
Duncan Robinson can get you about 10 to 12. So you're not going to have somebody that's going to score 30, but you got a lot of
You
guys.
got a lot of guys that can give
So
you.
A lot of them gonna give you double digits.
Double
Right.
digits, which we know. If you look on that score box, if you have a team that can get you 4 or 5 guys, just like Atlanta did in this playoffs, can get you double digit scoring, you can make it in the playoffs
Right.
pretty far. So I think that's what Miami is betting on. Because let's be really realistic, Miami never hasn't had a 30-point score since LeBron and Wade.
Yep.
I don't even remember LeBron scoring 30 over there.
I knew. I was waiting for it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I
I
look
was
at
waiting
numbers.
for it. I was
I look
like-
at numbers all the time. I don't think he averaged
all
30.
I'm gonna say is do your Googles and look through all those playoff runs when LeBron was in Miami.
Oh, I'm talking about the regular season. My bad. I
You
know
think
he
LeBron
averaged
care about
27.
LeBron care about regular season?
Anyway,
Niggas be complaining about not getting MVPs, and you talking about he don't care about man.
next team.
All right,
Next
all
team,
right.
so
The
Miami-
Wizards.
Oh Jesus! I was trying to.
They got Spencer Dinwiddie.
Who?
All right, my bad.
He's
still
cool.
need to play.
They still not gonna make
The
playoffs.
Wizards not
Yeah, I
gonna
don't.
do
Think,
nothing.
they ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing to
Cool.
your boy.
Wait, he went to the Wizards.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
that's
Oh,
yeah,
matter of
that
fact,
was
we
part
ain't
of.
gonna disrespect Kuzma. Kuzma about to drop 20, 25 points a game.
So they gonna make it to the
About
playoffs.
Definitely not.
About
Definitely
6 times a year, though.
Definitely not.
That's the problem.
They're not even gonna make the play-in.
The
They're
thing is,
not gonna-
Kuzma is gonna have a couple games like that, but it's gonna be a couple. Only.
Yeah. Kuzma's offensive production definitely is
Gonna
gonna
go
increase.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
I for sure see him at least averaging 15 to.
I say 18 to 20.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I say 15 to 20 something points.
I don't really want to give him
That much credit.
19 or something because I mean he hasn't shown much efficiency period yet. So it's one thing, yeah, I get it because he was playing with a star. It's kind of difficult to be
To grow, to blossom.
yeah. It is difficult, but I'm like the chances he had, it just was like
So
It was
check
tough.
it, right? History tells you, right? We're just gonna run down the list of these players. D'Angelo Russell,
Brandon Ingram. Yeah, I
Brandon
know where we're
Ingram.
going with this.
Julius Randle.
Yeah.
These are just some of the names.
Josh Hart.
Yeah,
Just
some
some
of them
of
had
the-
to play LeBron, Kobe, whatever. And no,
And these guys was literally nobody's. Well,
Yeah.
but when they got there, everybody thought they were gonna be all these amazing people. They literally did nothing.
Did nothing. Then
But
they-
as soon as they left,
they blossomed.
I agree.
so
the Julius
I-
Randle blossomed
I-
in New Orleans and nobody was paying attention.
right.
Balling in New Orleans.
So hopefully,
I agree. I was just like, I'm just saying, like, Kuzma showed me so little that, like, I mean, yeah.
Right.
Didn't he drop
now-
47 in
now
that
he
one
has-
time?
I mean, and you just said one time. So
And he's been
I'm
with
sure
the
all of them
Lakers.
had
That was
really
the one
good
time-
games, one or two times.
wasn't LeBron out that game? I think.
I think LeBron played that game.
I don't
He
think
just
so.
got hot.
Let's just put it like this: Kuzma hasn't been where he's been since his rookie year.
Well, they thought he was gonna be.
Yeah.
And that's
because
fine.
I think they kept him on purpose. Thinking he was going to be.
They thought he was going to be the best one out of everybody.
They thought he was going to be a legit third option.
And now Brandon Ingram looked like the better player.
Yep.
I mean, I think Brandon Ingram was always a better player.
But he would have been the same thing as Kuzma though. He just would have been sitting there. I don't think he would have got any better.
Oh yeah,
his situation would have been the same.
Because he would have been coming off the bench. He wouldn't have had the liberty and freedom.
Nope.
And I think New Orleans cared about him because I remember listening to an interview where Brandon Ingram was saying how they really broke down him and Lonzo shooting to kind of help them guys grow.
Yeah.
So LA wasn't giving those guys that kind of love.
Right. So we shall see.
It'll be Kuz's gonna be interesting. He gonna have freedom too, because who's the second option?
He's always interesting. You see his league fits?
Beal.
Who's the second option?
Oh, he is.
Bill.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
No, Bill's the first, second, and third
I
option.
said who's the second option?
Bill is the first, second, and third option.
Get out of here, bro. There's no basketball
Which
reference
means,
stat that's gonna.
which means Spencer should be fourth, and then Kuz.
And then Kuz. Thank you.
God dang.
All right, Ken.
They got a big three.
You want to talk about the Magic next or something?
The Magic.
You just brought out the Wizards, like, and
They're so important. So I don't think the Magic going nowhere. I don't think the Pacers are doing anything.
No, Pacers will be in the play-in. They'll be in the play-in. They'll be in the play-in.
We got to think about
That's
the
tough.
top 8 teams.
They'll be in the play-in with Boston.
Yeah, Boston didn't do much. They
How
got
many
they picked
playing
up
teams
Schroeder.
are there? It's 4 playing teams.
I think
So
I said
it's
Boston
going
at
to be Charlotte,
Yeah, you did.
Indiana, Boston, and probably
Magic.
Nah,
always
Detroit.
blame on the Magic.
You know
I
how
think
many good teams
Detroit.
there are in the East right now?
I think Detroit would be not playing. They'd be
That's a big jump from 15.
15.
Wasn't Detroit the worst team in the league?
teams turn around in a year or two.
This is a year. We ain't saying 2. Just a year.
What the Hawks do, Cams?
Oh, we went and got us.
That was a process. That was a 5-year process, bro.
We went and got us a backup point guard.
And Sharif Cooper.
Delon Wright. No, we got Delon Wright from
They got
Sacramento.
Okay.
6'5". And we got Gorgie Day.
That's a nice name.
He got some size and he can rebound.
Yeah. The dude from Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we re-signed Lou.
And y'all paid Trey a whole lot
We
of
gave
money.
Trey a good. We paid Trey and we paid John.
John, yeah.
Shout out to Trey Young though. I think that
He
money is
deserved it.
well deserved.
Yeah.
Is.
John,
Shout out to
No,
John's
No,
agent.
John deserved that. 125.
No, 125 is good, yeah.
Yeah.
125 for 5 years, yeah, he deserved that.
Kent is gonna fight me, but for a guy that can't really create his own bucket yet like that,
Rudy Gay got 205. I mean, not Rudy Gay. Rudy Gobert got 205.
Rudy Gobert got 205.
At least he's known for something. He's the defensive juggernaut.
because he
John
erases
Collins is not a
14
juggernaut.
points every
He's
year.
not a juggernaut. But John Collins does a whole heap of a lot. Of
I mean,
things
he
that-
does.
He rebounds.
Some things
He
good,
plays-
but
he
it's
plays
like there's
great
nothing
help
great about his
defense.
game.
He sacrifices a lot because he could really be a 20 and 12 guy, but he's playing in a system that allows everybody else to kind of like be successful.
It's a free flowing.
Yeah, he's not just trying to get numbers. So you got to appreciate that part of his game.
No, he's definitely a hustler. But I think the thing that I think it was we were discussing in the chat was the reason he really got the money is because it's better off to pay him than to leave him go.
No,
to let him go.
you're not letting him go.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you would have to replace him, and there's not a lot of replacing. I mean, it's hard to replace
the next player. The next player, yeah, because again, what he averaged was 17 and 8 last season.
Right.
Played pretty good defense. Very vital part of what Atlanta did as a team. You know what I'm saying? You can't really.
And we can't lie. There's a lot of plays he saved us in his playoffs.
Right.
A lot of rebounds.
A lot of rebounds.
A lot of 3-point shots.
Some dunks that sparked some crazy offensive.
You talking about the t-shirt dunks?
The dunk. Not some. The dunk of the playoffs.
The fact that he made a t-shirt out of that gotta be the funniest thing.
I can't wait to start.
If
buying his
anything,
clothes.
that's the best thing Collins has done about his career so far.
Ooh, Jesus.
I can't say that.
I mean, it's probably one of the biggest highlights of his career. I'll give you that much.
No,
Atlanta. I think Atlanta was a better team than what we expected. Right? They were 5th seed last year. I think in their hearts they were probably a 3 seed, and with dealing with all the health up and downs or whatever like that, I didn't see them needing to do a lot this season outside of keeping those core guys. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we got the backup big, which is something we needed. We got a combo guard to come out and take some stress off of Lou. We don't have to worry about playing Lou as much, and he's bigger than Lou and Trey, so that's another clutch little look. I got Atlanta top 4. Easy.
I can see that.
So if they top 4, that means they have to dethrone between
We'll take
Milwaukee,
Philly. We'll take Philly out.
Brooklyn.
Like
I think Philly is gonna.
Philly can Damasco.
I don't know how.
I was gonna say New York because New York was 4, but
come on, Sam. We wasn't even gonna entertain that nonsense. Like we was clearly better than y'all. So come on.
4-1 gentleman sweep.
That's fine.
That wasn't the point.
2000. What's this next season coming up?
22.
Whatever it is.
Vendetta.
22.
Deuce.
The Knicks made some good moves.
Knicks made some moves though.
We're not going to no championship or nothing, but we made some nice moves to keep us
y'all might
in
make
contention.
Y'all gonna make some noise. Y'all
gonna be hell dates in the first round.
I don't see us being too much better than what we did. Like, cause Kemba, I don't trust Kemba's health.
That's important.
So even if because I don't think he officially signed yet, but even if he does sign, like I don't even trust his health.
Isn't it a trade? Isn't that a trade?
He bought out.
He got
bought out by OKC.
Yeah.
Fournier.
I like the Fournier pickup a lot.
If he can play like he did overseas.
I mean, no, he played. He had some good games in the playoffs with Boston.
Yeah.
It was just he was new. The system was new.
Right.
It was too much because he was hooping in Orlando. Like let's
he
not
really
pretend
was.
like he wasn't giving fits in Orlando. But in Boston, everything it just seemed like everything was new. Short notice, COVID. It's not again. Guys wasn't practicing last season,
right?
For real. So it's like they really just said, "Hey, pull up, come to the gym." And it's the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I
think. But will he have much opportunity still anyway? Because
with the Knicks?
But yeah, I mean, because I'm asking because we have Kemba who's gonna need the ball. RJ's gonna need it a little bit. Randall definitely needs it. I think when Derek comes off the bench, Derek is gonna need it. So
I think Thibodeau's a good coach, and he's definitely gonna understand that we're gonna need Fournier and what he does. If RJ doesn't show the growth that we want in year 3, right? You're not going to be like, well, let's focus on trying to make sure RJ can get us 17, 20.
No. But so far, he's already. Last year, he averaged 17 or 18 anyway. So that means we know he's capable. So that's why I'm thinking. No, I'm not saying who's coming. He's probably going to play the 3. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is going forward to this year, you're thinking, okay, we can trust the ball in RJ's hands. So,
right.
That's what I'm saying. So, Kemba, we already know he's an all-star, or he has been. Julius, he's our most recent all-star. Derrick Rose, we know what he could do and stuff, too. So, that's what I'm like. As much as Fournier, he's had some success in the league. Right. I'm not going to say he's trash or anything like that. But, I think finding his role in the team might be a little bit more difficult than I think that's what I was gonna say. Than we giving credit
that's
for.
That's the most important thing is people knowing their role, right? It does. I would think he's a vet. He's been around a while. He's gonna play his role, and I think he lifts you guys to a 7-game series in the first round. I would love to see you guys play Brooklyn in the first round. I don't know how that happens.
I would
love to see y'all play Brooklyn, and I just feel like
that means we get in as like the 8th, 7th seed.
No. But everything ain't set in stone. Brooklyn could easily.
I think Brooklyn will be second.
They could easily be second.
We're just going with the early assumption that Brooklyn is because most people thinking number 1, 2 seed or something. So I'm like, for us to play them, we got to be like 7 or 8.
But I think New York will wake up for it. I mean, it's the battle.
The battle of the boroughs.
Yeah. Kimba's back at home. Cardiac Kim, and then we see what the Knicks done. Guy. When you got that crowd behind them.
His nickname, man.
We'll see. I mean, y'all lose, but I think Knicks put up a fight.
That's something I personally. That's a narrative that I hope the NBA can kind of control. I'll be okay with that.
Just like
Eddie, how you feel about that narrative?
Anyway, so then we go to Brooklyn. Brooklyn made a little move.
Just one move.
No, they also brought in a dog, James Johnson. He's one of those guys.
You mean the dude that got a black belt?
Well, sounds doggish to me. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't even know that. So
what? They let go of Jeff Green for him.
But I did know James Johnson was one of those mean guys.
No, he definitely.
But I really like that Patty Mills pickup.
Yeah,
Patty Mills.
That's a really, really good pickup. Especially when Kyrie's not gonna play.
Yeah,
82 games.
82 games. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But even when he is playing, or
Kyrie at the crib, they're gonna take off the COVID restrictions. Kyrie gonna be chilling this season.
Possibly. But even when he is on the bench for what to get a breather, Patty Mills can drop. Not only can he drop like 10 points, but he will do it quick.
Yeah.
like he's a sniper. He's fast.
You might not miss a beat with Patty.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna get those same Kyrie handles or anything like that, but he can score the basketball.
He can shoot it.
He can shoot. He can play. He plays good defense.
Basketball.
He's annoying. I mean, and you don't want to run with Patty Mills for too long. You probably can't.
Nope.
So I really like that pick.
There's gonna be some great guard play coming out of Brooklyn.
Between him, Kyrie, and James Harden.
Wow.
But they ain't got no size.
They don't got no size really.
And they ain't got
James
no...
Harden 6'5".
Bro, I don't think it matters, man.
No, size matters.
No.
We'll see
The
the
reason,
playoffs.
Girls will tell you early. Size matters, bro.
Oh, we switching the subject. Yes, I'm sorry.
It definitely matters. I like. They have like a lot of length, right? They still got KD. They still got the young guy, the big. I can't remember.
Number 33.
33, I can't-
Crafton.
Crack-
It started with a C.
Claxton.
Somebody look it up.
Claxton. And he was playing pretty well. They still got Blake.
The biggest mistake is getting rid of Jared Allen, bro.
I mean,
That wasn't a mistake.
They traded him.
Y'all forget. I mean, for starters, who won the championship? Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
They won Game 7. If KD's foot size was just a half a foot smaller,
If it was 2 centimeters shorter.
yo, they win their series.
Yeah, and they get beat by Atlanta.
And anyway, and mind you,
Brooklyn's probably champion.
they
right now.
only had one of their 3 stars, none of the size that we talking about.
Yeah.
And so I think if they're just look, man.
No, you're right.
To me, NBA is simple. You got 3 of the best scorers in the league. And it's like the top 3 players of their position too. Like, or at least maybe
Something
one
like
of
that,
the top.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Kyrie, probably between him and Curry or something.
Yeah.
James Harden, I don't know if there's
Another shooting
There's
guard.
not another 2 guard with him.
But he's really their one though. So
Well, whatever the case is, but like they literally have like 3 of the top players in the league. Period.
yeah.
And so I think that math makes you win every time if they're healthy.
So who do we have as the winners and losers for
Free
free
agency?
agency in the East?
The Celtics are clearly the losers.
That's a fact. Once again,
What? But you said you like the Dennis Schroeder pick, Kenzie.
No. They don't have.
but you lose Kemba, you lost Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
Kemba hardly played. Tristan has been irrelevant since.
That's the. But see, they didn't.
But you
one of
losing
the
pieces.
things that they needed, they definitely needed size, right?
You lost, and Fournier, they lost that.
They lost Fournier too. They lost depth. They didn't have. They replaced Tristan with Al Horford, and he's 38 now. What 37?
He's not Atlanta.
He's not even Boston Al Horford.
I think Philly lost because Philly been trying to fight Ben Simmons out of here for the longest, and it looks like Ben Simmons is here to stay. So
I don't know.
I mean, well, so far it doesn't seem like anybody wants him.
There's so many different stories coming out of Philly. Like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, they are losers in free agency because I don't think they brought anybody in that helps. Like they didn't bring in another playmaker that could take some stress off of Ben. They didn't bring in another shooter that could take some stress off of Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't do a lot of stuff to make their team any better. That's why I still have them in my top 3 in the East, but they're easily 3 right now. Because I think Milwaukee learned how to play to their strengths. I think the Nets are still going to be the Nets. So,
Fair enough.
the winners, LA.
Okay, on the East, who's the winner on the East?
Winner on the
Chicago.
East? Chicago, yeah,
Okay,
definitely
that's what I
Chicago.
thought.
Honestly, though, I was. Let me go back a little bit. I was expecting a little bit more out of Atlanta, though. I mean, y'all re-signed people you already had, but I was kind of slick, expecting or even hoping that y'all was gonna get somebody that was like, ooh, kind of like that Patty Mills pickup at least. Not like some superstar, but somebody that makes you kind of go, good pickup.
Here's a teaser for that. Wait till next year for the
That's-
2022.
I'm sorry, we on this season.
Personally,
I know.
Personally, I personally think that the Delon Wright move was a really big move for Atlanta.
And re-signing Lou Will back.
Yeah, because
No, I don't, not re-signs. I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, these
I know
are
what you're
still
saying,
off-season free agency moves, right? So, if we would have lost Lou Will, that would have been impactful. You would have said
Exactly.
something about that. Us retaining him should is still a pretty solid move. Even though I think his minutes are going to go down, they're going to reserve him for later in the season. And
he's also like 17 years into the
But that's what I'm saying. His minutes are going to go down. They're going to reserve him for later on. DeLeon, the right boy. DeLeon. I think he's a 6'5". He's going to be a 6'5" backup point guard. And that's, again, it's the change of pace, the change of style of play. He's a better defender than Trey is. He's taller. You know what I'm saying? He'll be able to bring something to because last year our 2 point guards was Trey and Lou, and both of those guys are 6. Easy. And they're not great defenders, right? Mm-hmm. You got a guy like DeLeon who's 6'5". He's longer. He has a knack for stealing the ball. It's a huge pickup. It's going to be underrated. Nobody's going to talk about it till February. But it's a pretty big pickup. It's not a fancy, splashy one. And I think if you're a team in the Eastern Conference, never mind the injuries or whatever like that, you're a team that's in the Eastern Conference, you're not thinking, let's be thirsty and try to make a huge splash. You're thinking, let's fix some of the things that we had. And mind you, we had a lot of injuries. Cam only played 4 or 5 games. We didn't have DeAndre Hunter for the whole rest of the playoffs after the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those guys you expect them to be healthy and play the whole season.
I agree. I think that's why Atlanta didn't go with the big splash, like you said. We didn't really get to see what our whole core can do together, so this year we'll see that. And this year was just really focused on ringing up our 2 major guys, which we did. We re-signed John Collins, re-signed Trey, and then we brought everybody back. So now this year, everybody's going to be healthy. We don't have to hear the contract talks about John Collins no more.
Oh, thank God.
So now it's like, okay, let's see what this core can really do. This year coming up, everybody will be healthy. We're about 8 people deep. So now it's like, okay.
And we still got Solomon Hill.
I could care less for that. But,
Ken's favorite player was
Ivan Johnson.
So
a dog.
These kind of things
gas him
up, bro.
No, that man was just crazy. He wasn't a dog. He was just crazy. But
same thing.
But Atlanta is definitely a team. Again, you
Top
see
4.
them. You see them in the playoffs. They're 25 and under team that you don't want to see because they can run all day. They're gonna get grit with you, and we can keep up with the best with scoring too because we got some scores. So
I think Phoenix lost as well. I forgot to throw it out there.
Yeah, but I didn't expect Phoenix to do nothing but except re-sign Chris Paul. Yeah. Again, another team. They're gonna keep their core together. Nothing too crazy because for the guys that was free agents, I didn't see any of them. Going to Phoenix,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think their biggest focus was, hey, let's make sure we don't lose Chris Paul for nothing
and run it back.
So we saying what? Lakers won the free agency in the West and Chicago won it in the East.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it'd be fun to see where all these teams line up.
I really thought Chris Paul would go ring chasing, man.
With LA?
I did not. I mean, not with LA, but I just.
That's the only option.
I mean,
because it's like you're looking at it. If all healthy, Phoenix isn't really even all that relevant. If everybody's healthy, to me,
I think they're relevant. I don't think they won't be a number 1 seed like they were this year, or a number 2 seed. I'm sorry.
Well, they're that team that say they can make noise.
They're still. I think if everybody's healthy, they're still a top 3 seed, right? So I think that's how their front office is looking at it. Because the only team that we look at that might have been better than them is LA, the Lakers, right? So they're a top 3 seed. I think they're thinking the same thing.
Not the Clippers though, because they don't beat the Clippers if Kawhi plays.
Well, we already understand Kawhi ain't coming back right now.
Yeah, true.
Has he even signed with anybody?
I think he verbally. I think they said that he plans to re-sign with the Clippers.
Can't trust that man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Sure can.
Can't trust that man.
Cannot be trusted.
He is fickle.
Kawhi's gonna stay. There's no way, bro. You tear your ACL, go ahead and sign that 5-year contract. Secure that.
How old is Kawhi?
He's 30, 31.
Man, go ahead, get your 5 years in, my boy.
Get your 5 years in and call it. Yeah, Get your money now because Kawhi's on the wrong side of 30 right now, bro. All those injuries, so might as well just lock in the money now. There's no point in jumping to another team because the other team that he could go to is Miami, and look like Miami's kind of done with free agency for right now.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I don't see him going to any other team. Dallas, had a little talks, but it looked like they didn't pull the plug on him.
That would probably been a good move for him.
It would have been a good move for him, but Clippers is the right choice at the end of the day. But on that note, thanks for tuning in to another week's episode here with us, with the Sports Cash crew. Be sure to check us every Monday at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. Also, tap in with us on our social media, sports_cash_ to stay up to date on all future episodes. We'll see you next week. Signing off.
Peace.
Your peace.